Hey, what is up guys? DRC3 here, back with another My Hero Ultra Impact video, and today we have some huge news thanks to Hydros and Aero Impact over on the My Hero Ultra Impact Discord server in the data mine. We know which character is coming next, but more than that, we got some huge news on some improvements for the game. They're just coming out with improvements left and right with Climax Battle, and this next improvement is something I know a lot of people have waited for, and it could suggest some really cool new things for the game. So first, let's go over the next UR character, the next SR character, Recruit, the event that's going to be coming out and stuff like that. So you can see it here on screen. It is the Work Studies Welcome Party Recruit, and it is also going to be a Work Studies event featuring Endeavor and Todoroki. So Todoroki is the brand new SR character. You can see his unawakened art right here. His unawakened art looks pretty dang cool. It looks pretty good. And then his awakened art is right here. This is how he looks awakened. This is the SR Todoroki. We don't need another UR one. We already have so many UR Todorokis in the game, so I welcome another SR Todoroki. This will actually be pretty good, hopefully pretty cool. And let's go over his kit really quickly. So his plus ultra skill is going to be called Raging Fist. It deals 450% damage to a single opponent, has a high chance of burning the opponent for 3 turns. High chance is 70% for those of you who don't know. He also decreases the opponent's plus ultra move skill impact by 30% for 3 turns. His first action skill is Ice Fog. That's something we saw with the recent Fantasy Todoroki introduced. Ice Fog deals 200% damage to all opponents with a low chance of freezing the opponents for 1 turn. Low chance is 20%, and also lowers the chance of all allies burning for 3 turns. So that lowers it by 20%. So you have 20% more or less chance to burn. His second action skill is Fire Dance. It deals 200% damage to all opponents with a low chance of burning the opponents for 3 turns. It also lowers the chance of all allies freezing for 3 turns. So this SR Todoroki looking very good for anyone who is missing UR Todorokis. He will be a very good SR so far. His first auto skill is called Expectations of Ice and Fire. It increases the character's speed by 50% for 1 turn when a wave starts. Also increases character's ability to cause burning and freezing every turn up to 5 turns. That is really good. That's increasing the low chance to burn and freeze. The speed isn't as important because he's probably going to be more of a VE Tower character, but I can foresee him being very good in VE Tower. His second auto skill is Tender Heart. It decreases the power of all opponents by 30% for 3 turns when HP is below 50%, and then increases the power of all allies by 10% when HP is 50% or higher. Increasing the power of all allies by 10% is also ridiculously good. This SR Todoroki is, I'm calling it now, he is going to be probably like a top 10 VE Tower use SR character. So you do want to pull this Todoroki if you can. He is looking very good. All right, on to the UR and the art for it. So this is the new Endeavor. He is going to be a destruction type character, and really quickly I forgot to say that Todoroki was a strength SR character. This Endeavor is going to be a destruction type UR character. What you're looking at is his unawakened art. His unawakened art, I actually love it so much. That looks so cool. This is like one of my favorite scenes in My Hero where he is blasting himself around like this. Actually looks sick. And then here's his awakened art. His awakened art is still pretty cool, but I think I'm almost a fan of the unawakened art more, but we'll have to see how it looks in game. So let's go over Endeavor's kit as well. His plus ultra skill is going to be called Flame's End. It is going to deal 700% damage to a single opponent. It is going to burn the opponent in Hellfire and gives the character composure for 2 turns. Skill impact is increased by 40% when the opponent is burning. So we've seen something like this before with the Blue Bakugo. Blue Bakugo has increased skill impact too when the opponent is burning. That increased skill impact is actually huge. 40% is huge. So that is really good. Burning opponents in Hellfire, I think, is just going to increase his damage. So I'm imagining this Endeavor is going to be like a nuke with his plus ultra. So his first action skill is called Prominence Burn. It has a cooldown time of 4, which is actually a really good cooldown time. It deals 350% damage to a single opponent with a medium chance, which is 50%, of burning the opponent for 3 turns if character does not have composure. He has a medium chance of burning the opponent for 6 turns though if the character does have have composure, so you can burn someone for 6 turns with this Endeavor. That is actually, I believe, like the most turns in game. This will be the first character to do that can burn a character for that long. So that is actually really sick. His second action skill is called Flashfire Fist Hell Spider, and that cooldown is 5 turns, so not as good of a cooldown, but at least it's not 6 turns. Cooldown for 5 turns is okay. It deals 250% damage to all opponents, so there's that all opponents attack you're used to seeing with Endeavor, and skill impact is increased by 40% once again if character has composure. So far we know that his plus ultra gives composure, and if Endeavor has composure, then that makes his action skills even stronger. I'm hoping that he has a way to get composure through his auto skills, but let's see. His first auto skill is Unflinching Courage. It increases the power of all destruction type allies by 25%. That is going to be sick. That is actually going to be amazing, so it'll be more fun to run a all destruction type team. I think it could have been a little bit better of an auto skill. I think you could have added a little something to it besides just supporting destruction type allies, but that's all right. His second auto skill is Prepared to Be Number 1. It gives character composure for 3 turns when the battle starts. There you go. And then every turn increases the character's power by 20% for 2 turns up to 3 times. That is also going to be sick. So he is going to have a lot of power. He's going to have increased skill impact. He is going to give himself composure, and when he gets composure, he has a higher chance to burn longer, and his skill impact will be increased if he has composure. Like, he is just going to be an all-out nuker for the destruction type hero. It is actually going to be so sick. I am so hyped for this Endeavor. He is going to be awesome when he comes out. I can't wait to do some summons on him. All right, so the next thing, those are the new characters that are coming. Let's talk about the new memories that you can expect in the game. So what you're looking at right here is going to be the new event farmable memory, and it is called Confronting Attitude. All right, so the DX skill, like when this is fully leveled up, it is going to increase characters plus ultra gauge by 20% every time character is frozen or burned, increases character skill impact by 35% from the 3rd turn onward, and also increases characters plus ultra gauge by 20% on the 3rd turn. So that is kind of an interesting one because it increases skill impact and plus ultra gauge on the 3rd turn, which could be useful for VE Tower if you have characters that are having a hard time getting their plus ultra. Sometimes you have to run plus ultra crit memories. Well, a plus ultra skill impact memory is probably the next best thing behind a plus ultra crit memory. So this could be a decent free-to-play farmable memory for VE Tower if you're trying to get high scores. So keep that in mind. It's not the greatest memory, but it is a fairly decent free-to-play farmable memory. The next memory is another SR memory. This is the SR memory called Prediction and Efficiency. Prediction and Efficiency is going to increase the character's max HP by 30% and decrease power of all opponents by 15% for 3 turns after receiving 3 non-critical hits up to 3 times. Multi-hit attacks only count as 1 attack. It also decreases the critical hit rate of all opponents by 20% for 3 turns after receiving 3 critical attacks. So this one, it's more just like if an opponent's going to hit you really hard. I don't know. You wouldn't really run it in PvP because PvP is more about speed. The meta could be shifting. We could end up with some use for this later. But as far as I know, in VE Tower and stuff like that, there's not anyone that's going to hit you too hard where you need to decrease power and crit, unless this new VE Tower is just going to have a lot of power and crit. So there is a new VE Tower coming out, which we'll get to here in a second. Potentially that's what this memory is for. But right now, as of this point in the game of My Hero Ultra Impact, I don't see a lot of use for this, so this is kind of a skippable memory right here, not a super great SR memory to my knowledge, looking at what it does. All right, and then of course we have the summonable UR memory called Help from Number 2. This one increases character's power by 35%, increases character's power by 10% when equipped by a pro hero, and increases character's speed by 35% if there are any ABL type characters on the team. Also gives character ability to evade 2 times if there are any int type characters on the team. Oh my gosh, can we say this memory was made for Blue Hawks? Because it was definitely made for Blue Hawks. Giving the characters speed if there's any ABL type characters, giving them dodge if you have like Najire on your team for PvP, and then he's going to get increased 45% power because he is a pro hero. If you equip this memory to Blue Hawks in PvP, that is definitely going to shake up the meta, which is I think what they were aiming for. This memory is almost a must pull for PvP. It is going to be literally a new meta PvP memory. It's actually going to be that insane. So you might want to be considering pulling on this banner, or at least doing your dailies on this banner. It is actually going to be nuts, guys. All right, and on to the next bit of information. Beyond the new recruit memories, we actually have 2 new memories coming to the shop as well. We have a VE Tower shop memory coming, and we have a UA Metal shop memory coming. So the VE Tower memory, it is called Our Nemesis, and it looks pretty sick. I actually really like the art for this one. It increases characters plus Ultra Gauge by 20% after receiving 2 attacks from a villain up to 6 times. Restores characters HP by 15% after receiving 3 attacks from a villain up to 4 times, and also increases characters plus Ultra Move skill impact by 40%. That's the big one. Increasing plus Ultra Move skill impact by 40% is actually really good. And then restoring HP is nice, and plus Ultra Gauge is nice, but the skill impact is going to be really good. So this is actually a really decent VE Tower memory, and this is going to be so sick to pull if you are lucky enough to, well, not pull, if you are lucky enough to earn up the VE Tower medals to buy this right away. So you might want to start saving your VE Tower medals, because this memory is coming. All right, and then on to the new USJ memory. This is going to be the new USJ memory that you can get free to play with UA Metal Shop, and it is called I Am Watching You. It increases character skill impact by 35% if there are any pro heroes on the team. There are a lot of pro heroes in the game now, so that is going to be really good. It also increases characters action skill impact by 25% for 2 turns, every 2 turns up to 4 times. That is going to make your character hit so hard. And it also reduces characters action skill cooldown time by 1 every 3 turns up to 3 times. This memory is literally going to be sick. This is going to be one of the best free-to-play memories coming out in the USJ shop, the UA Metal shop. So you are going to want to save up, and you are going to want to buy this memory. It is actually going to be really good for a free-to-play memory, you guys. You're going to want to make sure you get that if you can. And then the next thing that I wanted to talk about with you guys is the new VE Tower that is coming out. The new VE Tower boss is in fact going to be Ida. We don't have a whole lot of news on even what that is going to be called, but we do know the boss is going to be Ida. So when we get more news on that VE Tower, I will let you guys know. But now you know who you're going to be facing. It should be interesting. It's looking like it's going to be some sort of speed type, maybe crit power damage type stage where they just do a lot of damage quickly would be my guess. So we'll see how this goes, and that might be the reason for the free-to-play memory where you're trying to reduce their crit and power. But we will have to see what this new VE Tower has in store. And then finally, for the biggest news, the absolute biggest news for My Hero Ultra Impact. Like I said, they're coming out with improvements for the game left and right. Well, this one brings a lot of questions with it as well, and that is the new chapters for main quest. Everybody has been waiting for La Brava and Gentle to come out. They want the UR, but we're not getting that just yet. But it looks like we are finally getting the new chapters for the main story mode. But here's the thing, guys. Here's the scary thing. Okay, there are 9 chapters. Think about this. There are 9 character ability boards. Currently, you have to farm the 9 chapters if you want to get all your ability boards done. If they are adding more main quest story chapters, does that mean we're going to end up with more character ability boards? Or does that mean we're just going to have more ways to farm the boards that we already have? Or are they going to introduce a new type of rarity for a character? These questions are huge and things that you really need to consider when they are saying we're bringing new main quest for the story mode, because currently when you have to farm out board 9 items, board 8 items, so on and so forth, you go to that corresponding part of the story. Now we're going to have a 10th chapter of the story at least. Does that mean 10 character ability boards? Does that mean new rarities? So you gotta think about it, guys. These are exciting times in My Hero Ultra Impact. Let me know what you guys think of the new characters in the comments down below. Are you guys excited for the new VE Tower? What do you think of the new main quest? Do you think I'm right with saying that we might end up with more ability boards or a new rarity? Or do you think no, you're totally wrong, DRC? Just let me know in the comments below, guys, what you guys are thinking. But big things are happening in My Hero Ultra Impact. I am actually genuinely so excited. Let me know in the comments, guys. Go down there, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and thank you guys for watching. Peace.